And another thing that happened just as I was getting ready to do my final thoughts, this piece slides off. So this figure definitely has some quality control issues. At least mine does. I haven't seen this on anyone else's, but yeah. Okay. Just a friendly reminder from your boy Animated Heroes, don't forget to check out my boys at Sculptimo Toys for the best figures, best prices, and fastest shipping if you guys haven't already. Let's get into it. What the heck is up, you guys? Animated Heroes here, back with another action figure review. And as you can see today, we're going to be taking a look at the Mafex number 101 Medicom toy Shazam action figure. And my, have I been waiting on this figure since the movie came out. Seems like this guy was announced a long time ago. Maybe it's just me, who knows? But with all that's going on in the world today, time just seems to be passing at its own pace. But nonetheless, I am very excited about this figure, so let's go ahead and talk about that sexy packaging so we can get right into the figure itself. Now for that sexy packaging, it's nothing we haven't already seen a million times before. You do have the window packaging with Shazam showing and all the accessories around him. You do have a cool image of him right here at the bottom, DC Mafex number 101 Medicom toy. Of course, at the top it just says Shazam with the lightning bolt that's kind of covering all of the packaging. I really like that. That's real cool. At the bottom you have all the legal stuff no one cares about. On this side you have an image of him shooting a beam of lightning, and that's very reminiscent to the movie. I dig that attention to detail. Of course, you got an image of him right here transforming at the bottom, Shazam Mafex 101. Then right here on the back you do have the figure and some of the accessories, and of course some poses you can get the figure into. So sexy packaging, well enough for me. Let's go ahead and bust this guy out of here so we can see what this figure is all about. Now, straight out of the packaging, I'm pretty sure I don't have to tell you guys, this looks exactly like the actor from the movie. It's as if the figure came to life, and I dig that. Mafex is constantly getting better and better and better and better. And if the price was right, I would enjoy them a whole lot more. They'd probably be my favorite figure company, because there's a lot of Mafex figures I've passed on just because I don't want to pay their prices. 50, 60 is fine, but 80, 90 is a little too much for me. I have to really want the figure, and I just paid 97 for Thor, so I'm like, eh. But anyway, off of that, this guy looks great. Now, there's a lot of black wash in the suit. I'm not sure how well you guys can pick it up on camera. I don't know how it looks, but this shoulder right here on the right side looks a whole lot darker than the one on the left. The reds look a bit inconsistent. Now, I know in photos that's probably going to make it pop a little bit more, but there seems to be black wash all along, like the abdominal area, right around the emblem on the center of the chest. It comes all the way down to this crotch piece, and then it doesn't really seem to be much in the legs at all. And so if you're someone who's all about like paint and things like that, it might bug you. It's not bad, but it's just something that I noticed. Now, everything else paint and sculpt wise looks great. I don't have any issues. I really love the gold. Everything's clean. His hoodie looks good. Cape, of course, as well. I do really like how they did the emblem. That face sculpt is sick. I don't have any complaints in terms of how this figure looks. So that being said, let's go ahead and put this guy back and see how tall he stands. Now, in terms of height, this guy is just shy of 6.5 inches, so I'd say about 6.25, as you guys can see. I do think he's going to scale very well with the rest of the Mafex Justice League figures, and I really like how they've been going about their scale. Ever since the Deadshot figure, they've been getting a whole lot more consistent, and so that's another thing that I'm really happy about. Now, in terms of articulation, this guy is nothing we haven't already seen before, except for the fact that he does have one issue that I'll discuss in just a sec, only because I've seen it in other reviews. Now, as far as looking up, you can get him to look just about all the way up, and that means you can definitely get him in some flying poses. You can get the chin to go all the way down and touch the chest. I dig that. Of course, you get head tilt very well, and that comes out of the neck. As you guys can see, this guy moves all around. He does have a diaphragm joint, doesn't crunch forward very much, crunches back a whole lot more, but then you have gappage, so that is there. But of course, you can turn that however you want to, so it does work. Now, this is where the problem comes in. His arm can only go out about that much, and as you guys see, that popped off. Actually, I'm going to show it to you. This is what it looks like when it pops off. This is definitely new. I'm thinking maybe they came up with this design to stop from the previous arms popping off as easily as they did. I don't like this, but I'm going to try to wedge it back on there. Yeah, there we go. So his arm only goes out like not much at all, basically. And actually, I'm going to show this one, but I'm keeping this all on camera so you guys can see it. The butterfly joint moves forward about that much. It's hidden by the cape, but as you guys can see, it moves forward about that much. He can, and this is going to continue coming off. What's a pain in the ass, but I want you guys to see it. But yeah, anyway, if you use the swivel right here, then you can bring the arms across the chest. So that does work. This one, I don't like how that keeps coming off. But of course, he does have bicep swivel, double jointed elbows, as you guys can see. Hands are on the normal Mafex peg, and so you can move them around however you want to. That's cool. He does have a waist swivel. Foot is on, our leg is on the drop down method. He can kick forward about that much. He doesn't really kick back. If you drop down the legs, he can do the splits about that much. Does have a built-in thigh swivel. Does have double jointed knees. Foot goes down about that much, up about that much, and of course he does have ankle rocker and toe hinge. So articulation is fine. Like I said, it's nothing we haven't seen before, but this right here, I am not digging that. I hope no one else has that issue, but that has bugged the hell out of me already. Seriously, Mafex, do not do this again. Just go with the original design. It wasn't the best, but if it's not broken, don't fix it. And for anyone wondering how the hoodie works, it does look well as long as you pose it right. This thing is kind of weirdly designed, which I guess it's the best that they had to go with. But you can get it to look nice if you put it on, but you do have to play with it. Otherwise, it's going to look really awkward. Now, as far as the cape goes, there is no wiring in it. I really wish they would have put some wiring along the sides. So obviously you could make it blow. I don't like that at all. It's just going to sit flat no matter what you do unless you have a stand holding it, which I don't like that. But yeah, that's basically what you get with the cape. Now, in terms of accessories, this is where I really start to feel like I get what I paid for with this figure. And I'll run through them all pretty quickly. But as you can see, he comes with a pair of relaxed hands out of the package. He comes with a pair of, I guess these would be considered flight hands. They're still kind of relaxed, but still cool to have. He comes with a pair of open palm hands, which these are cool as well. I guess this can be from when he's like holding something heavy, who knows. He comes with, of course, a pair of fist hands because he's always ready for combat. He comes with a pair of bottle holding hands or can opening hands, and I'll show why he comes with these. He comes with a pair of cell phone holding hands. It's always cool to get two of these as well. He comes with two pair of lightning hands, as you guys can see. This is one. Now, I did not expect these to come off. The only reason I know they do is because mine came like this in the package. But this is one effect, and then here's what it looks like off of the figure. You do have a little peg right there in the hand where you can just put the lightning on and it stays. So that's pretty cool. Not sure why it needed to come off, but it's still cool to have. And then of course you get the zappity zap hands for when he's charging people's phones. Wouldn't want him to touch mine, but that's cool. He does come with that. He comes with a cell phone, which is just black. They could have did better with this, but I mean, it's cool to have, but at the same time, I feel like something I could have made myself. But yeah, it's cool to have. He does come with an interchangeable chest piece for when he does turn into Shazam, and I really like the effect of how it looks like the lightning is striking his chest. That is dope. I freaking love this. I'm definitely going to take some shots of this for sure. That's cool. Now, he does come with, I believe, if I'm correct, this is a box of donuts. I don't remember the movie, so don't start tearing me up in the comments, but I think it's a box of donuts. I want to say that this was a beer. I remember him trying it and he didn't like it, or maybe it was a soda he took. But as you can see, it does look like a really good can. You got the top on there and everything, and so I really like how they did this. Obviously, they didn't put nothing on the can because they didn't want to get in trouble for that, but it's still a cool accessory to have. He does come with the default face, as you guys can see on him. He comes with this weird, like, duck lips face, which is kind of funny, but it's cool that they included it. And then he comes with the perfect smile face. I've seen so many memes made with this smile, and I absolutely love this. So in terms of accessories, you get a ton. The only thing I can say maybe I wish he would have came with extra is just like a teeth gritted face for when he's getting serious in combat. But other than that, this guy's perfect in terms of accessories. I have no complaints. So for some size comparisons, here he is standing next to the Mafex Justice League Flash, the Mafex Justice League Batman, Mafex Justice League Superman, and of course the SH Figuarts Justice League Wonder Woman. And he looks very well in scale with these guys. I feel like Wonder Woman should be a little bit shorter, but other than that, he's definitely going to look well in photos with these guys. And I do also have Aquaman as well. I just got him today. I'll take some photos of him at the end as well, next to Shazam. Now, in case that Mezco Shazam is too expensive for you as it is for me, here he is standing next to the Mezco Classic Wonder Woman and, of course, the Mezco Green Lantern. And as you guys can see, he does stand like almost eye to eye with both of them. They're a little bit taller. I don't think you can wedge it, but I mean, hey, it's up to you guys what you want to do with your figures. And now lastly, here he is standing next to a DC Essentials Sinestro and a Marvel Legends PS4 Gamerverse Spider-Man. Just as I was getting ready to state my final thoughts on this figure, I don't know what the hell happened, but this piece right here just like popped out. Obviously I can super glue it back, but that might interfere with changing the chest piece, so that's a freaking bummer. But yeah, that happened. Now, everything about my final thoughts on this figure won't apply to everyone because obviously not everyone's going to have the same issues that I had. The number one issue that I have, and this is one I know everyone will have, is the fact that the arms do not go out in terms of making him do fighting poses. He can punch forward, but he can't punch outward. And I don't like that. That's an issue that Mafex had in the past. They fixed it, and now I don't know why we've gone back down this road. Like, don't go down the PS4 Spider-Man SH Figuarts route. Mafex, you were doing good. This figure is far too expensive for that. I'll just mark this up as trial and error, but I am disappointed by it. Another thing was just the fact that the chest piece came out right as I was at the end of the video. I don't know what happened. I didn't do anything. It just popped out, and I'm glad I was able to find it because if it would have fell on my carpet, who knows where it would have gone. So that's one thing that bugged me. The main thing now is the arm, which I showed you guys at the very beginning of the video. This happened at the end of the video, right before I filmed this, but I put it at the front, like the beginning of the video, just to show you guys that we are going to have some issues. But that's the main thing. I had that happen with my Batman versus Superman Batman, I believe, where the joint just popped out like that, and that is a pain when you're trying to pose a figure. Obviously, you can't glue it because it's going to mess with the bicep swivel. So those are my main things that are wrong with the figure. Everything else is fine. The accessories are good. The paintwork is clean. The rest of the articulation is fine. It would have been great to have a bit of wire in the cape, but I mean, I'm not going to nitpick on that because it is nothing more than a nitpick. So do I think the figure's worth it? I'm going to say yeah, because where else are you going to get a really good posable Shazam? Nowhere. Especially one that's movie accurate. And so if you like it, pick it up. If you don't like it, or if you're on the fence rather, pick it up anyway. If you don't like it, you can always sell it. Mafex figures tend to go up in price, and it'd be much better to get it at $90 versus picking it up when it's, or trying to pick it up rather, when it's like $200. So I do enjoy the figure. I'm going to have some fun with it. Hope you guys enjoyed this review. If so, don't forget to give it a thumbs up. That always helps me out. Subscribe to my channel if you haven't already, and make sure to hit that bell icon to be notified whenever I upload new videos. Lastly, follow me on everything you see listed in the description below for more content. You guys take it easy. Peace. Alright, y'all, so this is basically like an update after I finished the video, and one thing I found out about this figure is that He looks great with the Justice League. As you guys can see, he looks phenomenal. But the shoulders continuously get worse and worse the more you play with it. And I hope it's just mine. Obviously, the articulation is limited at the shoulder, but the more I play with mine, the more issues I've had. Like, they keep popping out, popping off the socket, and it just became super frustrating to pose this guy. So, honestly, my final thoughts on it really are, if you are thinking about passing, hey, it's fine to do so. Hopefully, they make an updated version with better shoulder articulation, because mine just has a ton of problems. And so, other than that, he's a solid figure. If you're willing to take the chance and be satisfied with that, yeah, by all means, pick him up. But if articulation is going to bother you and joints constantly popping out is going to bother you, don't pick this guy up. But yeah, unless you just want to do like vanilla poses and something simple. So yeah, that's my final thoughts.